Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kecie, and in this channel I share everything that has to do with journaling, commonplacing, and today we are going to be putting together my month in review for the month of April, and specifically for the things that I was reading in the month of April. And to do this, I'm also going to be showing you how you can utilize those little icons in your stamp sets that sometimes are put there and you feel that they're there just as fillers. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to use them in my spreads. So what I did was I went through my stash of stamps and I started to look for those little icons. And I'm specifically looking for any plants and anything that can resemble like a figurine that will be in a bookshelf, because for the month of April my theme, I wanted to be a bookshelf theme for my spread of currently reading. For that spread I was inspired by this stamp set that you just saw, and like I said, I'm going to go through my stash of stamps and I'm gonna look for random little icons, those little things that they're too little for you to use, or sometimes you don't know how to use them or where to use them. That's what I'm gonna be doing today, so stick around and let's put these pages together. So whenever I am looking for inspiration to put together a page in my month in review, I usually pick 3 colors and I go with that. And I use the super tips from Crayola. They're inexpensive and you get so many colors for like less than 15 bucks. So that's what I will be using. I'm showing you the pens that I thinking of using, which is a Sarasa pen with a Muji brown ink refill inserted and my retractable fountain pen. As you see me putting this together, you're going to notice that the 3 color idea goes out the window once I begin to put stuff down on paper. And I'm going to leave a link down below for you of all the things that I'm using to put together this spread, just in case you find some inspiration and you want to do your own. You can go and look at what I'm using. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the stamp for April. I am using the same stamp set that I bought from Studio Calico a few years ago. And this stamp set, they're little and it just has like the month of April in different fonts, and I just love it. And I bought all the stamps for the whole year so it could have a cohesive look throughout my month in review. Right here, what I'm doing is I'm putting together my calendar for the month of April. Because I'm recording this video and I'm doing this spread in June, I already know that I read every single day in April. So my reading tracker, which this is what it is, my reading tracker, I'm gonna just do something for the whole month. And usually that something is I would highlight the day just to say I read every day. But because I read every day, I'm not going to do that. I decided that I'm going to do a bookshelf and I'm going to put books, and I'm going to put 30 books to represent the 30 days that I read in April. And I'm going to put a little number to represent that I read all 30 days. But a bookshelf, I wanted the bookshelf, like I said, to have something different, or something, not different, but something that would look at when you look at it, you would say, oh, that's a bookshelf. So I thought, why not use those little icons that you find in your stamp sets and you sometimes don't know what to do with them? I decided, because I'm not a good person that draws, so I'm going to use those little icons and I'm gonna put them in my bookshelf. I left some spaces in this bookshelf to show, to leave me space to add those icons later on. The idea is to make my bookshelf a little bit more nicer, more not realistic, right? Because, well, whatever, realistic. But here you see, I would have like a world globe, and I think that is like a little clock, and then I put some little plants that I saw, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be moving things around, and because I am using for the books the Memento London Fog ink, I wanted these items to stand out, so I'm gonna be using my Color Theory ink in the color Power Suit, which is not a true black, it's more like a very dark gray. On paper it looks black, but I just love the way the color contrast, how everything looks. And it's at this point where I decided that I wasn't gonna truly use the three colors that I chose, just because the bookshelf, I had put this brown color, and I thought that the colors teal and the pink, it will not look as good, all of them together. So I'm gonna keep it with the three colors, which will be the ink Memento London Fog, which is the one that I just stamped, that stamp set right there, and then the Crayola Super Tip. I wish I had a color to give you for the Crayola Super Tip, because Crayolas, they don't have a number for each of their markers, but the one that I'm using is one of the browns. And then I'm going to be using my Muji refill in the color brown, 0.5, just to do some of the outlines for some of the bookshelves. And you'll see later on that I do like a little border around, because if you know me and you have seen my videos in my monthly reviews, I always put borders around my paper. Why? Because I like it and it's my page, and that is how it goes. So here I'm going to put the two books that I read for the month of April. Okay, I hope you're still here. And if you are, please consider subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up, and share a comment below. What are you reading? Are you reading anything right now? So for me, some months I read about, I would say, 6 books. And some months, like April, when I was so busy, I only read 2 books, and I didn't really read the books. These 2 books I got on audiobooks because I was so busy. But let me tell you, I loved the book, The Murmur of Bees. It was such a good novel. It had me hooked from the beginning. The book really reminded me of the Cien Años de Soledad. I don't know how you say that in English, like 100 Years of Solitude. It reminded me a lot about that novel. I loved the story of the Simonopio, which is one of the main characters, and I loved how the author took you from different historical events that happen, how the love of family and tradition, and the complexity of being a community. It was just so beautiful. I highly recommend. The other book, Too Soon for Adios, I had it in my queue to read, sorry, for a little bit. And I it was more of a filler. Like, I wanted to make my goal of reading for the whole 30 days, or just having heard a book for the whole 30 days. And I just listened to it just a little bit at a time, which is very difficult for me to do because I usually consume a book in one sitting in one day. So this book was cute. It was okay. I could see the book Too Soon for Adios. I could have seen it as a Hallmark movie. It just had all the milestones, all the points, everything that it could be a Hallmark movie. So it was okay. So what I'm gonna do here is just write a little bit about the books and go ahead and bring some color using different shades of green just to put. And as you can see here, I had put the little icons that I found, like the bicycle. Isn't that cute? It would be like a little figurine in your bookshelf of a little bicycle. And then I put that rainbow. I'm still debating whether or not I'm going to color the rainbow or just leave it as is. But that's what I'm going to do. For the bookshelves on the side where I have the two books, what I did was I wrote stuff like love and romance, and in the bottom later on I'm gonna add stuff like bees and adios. So I'm not writing names of the books. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And because I'm me and I don't like to have a lot of blank spaces, here you see me that I did the border. And then I'm going to add my little dots because I love dots. Who doesn't? And then just a few other little icons, little stamps. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I'm saying it. I just add it around and then I'm going to call it good. Yes, I have a huge blank space right there that, let me tell you, is bugging me. But we're going to let it go. We're going to let it be. And we're going to call this page good. Use the stamps that you have. Give it a new meaning, a new purpose. Enjoy your journaling. You don't have to journal the way everybody else journals. Journal your way. Have fun with it. And have fun catching your month in review. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.